Hey everybody, welcome back to the Court of Random Opinion. My name is Lauren Neidigh. So I had a little bit of a weird afternoon because I got an email from Google Legal telling me that Blake Lively had subpoenaed Google for information related to my Google account. At first, I thought she was trying to get my information so she could have me served. Whether or not that would be the case, I still have no idea. There was some back and forth about whether or not it was a phishing scam, and we're still getting some conflicting information on that. There are at least 3 other people who got the same notification, all content creators who cover the Blake Lively Justin Baldoni case, and we've gotten some conflicting reports. So apparently the email that it came from is like a legit email address related to Google legal notifications. And there are no like links in there that would be used for phishing. So it's kind of odd. There is an email address. So it looks like there's a link to that email address, but it's just like any other email address you would put in a Google email. So like it'll link to a new email. If you click on it, a new email to that email address. I emailed myself just to make sure that that's actually correct. And I just sent my email address in the body of the email. And when it came through to my other email address, it showed up as a link just the same way. So, and if you hover over the email address in the email from Google, it shows the same thing. It's just taking you to an email address. It's not taking you to a link or a website or anything like that. Outside of that, I went to Google and found the email address for support, and I reached out to them, but haven't heard back yet. But this is where it gets weird because Andy, I guess, was talking to one of the chat bots, or I don't know, maybe it was a real person, maybe it was a chat bot, I don't know. And they said, no, that's not a real email. But then Ashley Brianna Eve, who is another content creator who got the same email notification, she was talking to support and they told her, yes, it is legitimate and there is an open case. So it's a little confusing right now. This would be like a very specific and weird scam to run, especially because, I mean, there's nothing really to get out of it except for, maybe inconveniencing some people and confusing people. Like, and I wouldn't put that past people on the internet, but still, it looks like this is like a really weird. It would be really weird for this to be a scam. Like, what are you getting out of that? So Ashley escalated this again, and she's trying to get in touch with someone higher up so they can confirm. Otherwise, all I can do is wait to hear back because support is not answering my emails tonight, I don't think. But assuming this is a real thing, it's hard to say what they're asking for right now because that can mean a whole bunch of different things. There's all kinds of stuff connected to our Google accounts. I mean, just people in general. So because this is still so up in the air, I don't really want to do or say much right now. I don't want to overreact and then later have it be like a fake thing. You know what I mean? I will say that I saw a lot of comments that were like, why Lauren? All she does is read the court documents. And that may be true, but I'm also very opinionated and I use some pretty strong language, and that might be enough to piss someone off. Someone who's already shown that she wants to drag content creators who have spoken out against her into this mess. It's kind of interesting is I was with Donna Bowling and Zach Peter yesterday. If you want to see that live, I was with them in the studio and it's up on Donna's channel, but they were asking me about like how I kind of got started with all of this. And they were asking like, what was the thing that kind of drew me in? I was like, nothing. I liked Blake and I liked her movies. So I decided to read her lawsuit. And then somebody else pointed out today that I was kind of like defending her almost in the beginning, saying like, I don't really care to drag stuff up from people's past. And I try not to judge people too harshly on stuff like that because who the fuck was I 10 years ago, and I've said all sorts of things, I'm sure. But I mean, anyone who was there early on could tell you exactly how that trajectory went. And I made up my own mind. You don't really need to subpoena any information to determine that. And I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like the things that I've said or done, but that doesn't warrant a subpoena. Last I checked, it's not against the law to call someone a thunder bitch. And I'm not really sure how my opinion has anything to do with any of the parties in this case. So that's why I'm still kind of on the fence. And I guess I'll just wait to hear back before I really say anything else. Because it wouldn't really make sense for them to subpoena my information. I feel like that'd be super random. So I'm not really worried about it. I don't feel worried. I felt a little mad earlier. So I thought maybe right then was maybe not the best time to do this. But if it is real, then I know exactly how I'm going to handle it. And I'll be just fine with that. So that's all I got for now. I'm actually going to be live with Omar covering a different case tonight. That involves Laura Owens, the serial fake pregnancy scammer. She decided today that she would try to renew her restraining order against one of her victims, Mike Maricini, out in California. So we're going to talk a little bit about that case. And that should be around 8:30 or 9 Pacific. So when I get that set up, I'll put a link in the comments here too, as well as a link to Donna's live that we filmed yesterday. So, all right. Thanks everybody. I'll see you all soon.